Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video after using DOKKANFEST GOKU out against Birth of the Shadow Dragon Sin Shenron, being really impressed with him, and of course initially using him when we used Easy LR Go Bros against Red Zone Fusion Zamasu. It's time to actually test Goku out himself against Red Zone Zamasu. We're pretty much running the exact same team as last time, so we could get the AGL Goku and Vegeta on the team, so we can get godly power, you know, warrior gods active. And I'm really looking forward to this. Group attacks in slot 2. Alright, we're starting to get kind of lucky with this. Naturally, we are going to start with a Whis, just because... yeah, we're going to do this. Because Vegeta and Trunks will have it because they're guard for their entrance animation. But naturally, we're going to do this while units like Birdku need to build up, Vegeta and Trunks need to build up, so we don't lose as much HP as possible, especially with Birdku's type disadvantage. Future Gohan should be fine-ish. If he's super attack first, he would definitely be fine. He might take a little bit, but this is just so we can maintain as much HP as possible before going into the second phase, which typically you're doing a lot of the time anyway. But this should be Goku's playground. One thing that benefits him hugely here is not only the type advantage, but for the fact that, again, with the 6-turn orb changing, which considering how short content is nowadays, turn 5 or 6 is when the event's done, so you probably won't even see Goku without his orb changing. I mean, you might do, maybe by 1 turn, but that's about it, which really isn't anything. That said, he's got the type advantage here. 6 key spheres, he's got guard, he's going to have a 60% chance to dodge in total here, which means he isn't taking as much damage as maybe other units, especially with that combined with the type advantage, and the fact, of course, he's going to be stacking with the type advantage means he's going to do some extra damage here, which you kind of want to get in and out of this whole event in general as quick as possible, but mainly in and out of this phase as quick as possible, so you can maintain as much HP and avoid as many of those AoEs as you possibly can, so you have as much HP as possible for Fusion Zamasu's second phase. Good thing we had the Whis active as well. Good thing I used it. So we've actually started off really well. Really well. Now, do you want to put... That's the only annoying thing about these two, is you want to put them in slot 1 because of their dodge, but I want to put Goku in slot 1 because I just want him to do his thing. That's what I want. I just want him to do his thing. So there is that. But, you know, considering we do have a Whis active right now, we know he's going to tank just fine, so I will actually just put him in slot 2. Group attack is now back in slot 1, of course. Of course. And then, of course, 8 key spheres, which means we've got everything we need. We're starting with 164k defense as well. Hopefully he hits an additional. Actually, no, we're facing a Realm of Gods enemy, so that Trunks is in his element. Dodge that, please. Perfect. Perfect. That's another thing as well. With Goku's 60% chance to dodge and guard, he's going to be able to tank Fusion Zamasu's super attacks here, especially with the type advantage, a lot better than a lot of units in the game. See, look at that. You don't even have to worry about his ridiculous 500k AoE that's in slot 1 because Goku can just dodge it. He's so good for this first phase, and funny enough, even the best units in the game can be caught by Zamasu's first phase. It's them AoEs, man, they are devilish. So the fact that Goku is kind of like amazing for this first phase, which not a lot of units are, it puts him up there. It gives him a lot of value. That additional was huge, he needed that. But it makes him so much better. Like, Fusion Zamasu is currently like the threshold. Like, he is the new hardest enemy in the game. Like, if you're good enough, if you're going to be good enough, you need to do well against him. Excuse me, PlayStation, I'm recording. What on earth is that? Your controller's disconnected. Bruh, chill. That was really loud. Let me mute that. Jesus Christ, that actually scared the shit out of me. By the way, speaking of PlayStations, let me know down in the comments if you're going to be getting Spider-Man 2. And if you are, and if you're not, and you're going to be watching some gameplay on it over the weekend, at some points, I'll be streaming it. So make sure you follow my Twitch down the link in the description down below. Cannot wait for that game to come out. Here we go, Whis again. I think we have to, just because of Bird Coup and then the potential of a super attack. This is the only thing, like, you're going to find yourself using a Whis a lot here. The only thing that annoys me is God Coup is probably completely fine without a Whis active on this phase. Or, like, he could actually do really well without an item active. Mustn't forget, we do have Bird Coup's Revival. Again, it wouldn't be one of my videos without it. I mean, we haven't had it as much recently, but still, it wouldn't be one of my videos without Bird Coup's Revival. At one point, I'll do a video specifically on him, and we will force that revival out. But having a unit that, as I said, can contend with this first phase that well, there's not many that can do it as good as that either. So as I said, that just gives him even more value. Like, even some of the best units in the game struggle on this first phase because of how difficult it is. Like, the whole event is difficult, don't get me wrong. This first phase, because of the AoEs, how much he's doing on a basic, how much he's doing on a super, and a lot of these units have to build. It, honestly, a lot of units struggle in this beginning phase, even some of the best units in the entire game. Lucky enough for God Coup, yes, he stacks, but he doesn't have any build up in his passive. He doesn't need to be hit, doesn't need to do as many attacks. The stacking, you could kind of include that. However, naturally, units are going to super attack in the game anyway. So you have no build up to really concern about in his passive. Yeah, you do get extra 50% attack from doing 4 supers, but naturally, when he's getting those 6 key spheres, you're going to do it anyway. But he doesn't have anything to build up. It's just get him the 6 key spheres, get the 60% chance to dodge, get the guaranteed additional, and get the guard. So we do actually still have an item active, along with God Coup only being on 192k defense. We've got orbs and then some right now. That's also going to help us heal, which is actually another kind of undervalued thing, is with God Coup orb changing and you constantly getting a ton of same type key spheres from him, compiled with the amount of same type key spheres you may get with other units, it can help you recoup, not a lot, but a decent amount of HP, which is also quite nice. It was also quite handy for you. Dodge it again. Do it. Yes, like, because of God Coup, and also Goku and Vegeta, to be fair, but the video is about God Coup. Because of God Coup, we are generally avoiding taking no damage from him whatsoever because of the dodge chance. It's great. It's great. The only thing is he doesn't have a lot of defense going into this phase right now, which is a little bit concerning. Yes. No. Yes. Trunks has 328k defense, no, 344, can super attack 3 times, maybe 4 the potential system and skill orbs, 30% damage reduction. This guy has type advantage with only 196k defense. He will have more once he super attacks. Stacks for 6 turns technically as well. I don't know who I want there. I think I go Trunks. I think it's got to be Trunks. I think it's got to be Trunks. I mean, we can actually recoup some HP with these strength key spheres though, which is nice. But no more items. No more items. As I said, so far, God Coup started out really well. God Coup has started out really well. As I said, there aren't many units in the game that can handle Zamasu's first phase like that with not really many problems whatsoever. Yeah, if he doesn't dodge, you might take a little bit of damage, but you get him the key spheres, which naturally you pretty much always do anyway. He will guard with type advantage, along with maybe not stacking up too much, but still getting to stack up some of his attack and defense while he's there as well. As I said, just having guard and all that dodge chance in his arsenal defensively, it makes him incredibly valuable considering he has 2 of the best defensive mechanics in the game. I really need to do another one. For God's sake, Trunks. Okay, we are dead. We are dead. 100k on the basic. Maybe I should have put Strength Trunks there instead. Damn! It's a lot of damage. Alright guys, we're back, but we're almost dead. And God Coup has actually only super attacked 2 less times. What I'm going to do, I'm going to pop Trunks' standby. I'm going to slide him in slot 1. And I'm going to transform Goku and Vegeta into Vegito. And I'm going to slide him in slot 3. I think that's what we do. We're mainly here just to see how Goku matches up against Zamasu right now. So even if it's one turn, I'm just going to take it. This is another one of those scenarios of, yeah, I have a lot of the new units like Future Gohan and this guy that helps. But, you know, if I had... Ooh, I just realized we may clash. Actually, no, we're good. With all the orb changing, we're good. But, like, if I had... There's a couple units. Like, if I could actually run Bulma, that would help a lot. You know, if I had the Year 8 Carnival Goku, that would help. Only a little bit, but, you know, it adds up. Because they're very good defensive units. You know, you have the Year 8 units themselves. Like, I don't have these units, and also Bulma, I don't actually have a team that I can run her on, which is so jarring. But we move. Alright, we're gonna pop this because, you know, we don't get to see this often, and also it actually counts towards Trunks's finisher. Not that we're here for that, but, you know, why not? It looks sick. It looks sick. Why not pop it? Why not use it? Hold the bang to the absolute sternum, bruh. My stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. Boom, hold that. Again, we have 230k defense right now. We're actually going to get a ton of health back, so all those keystones have helped out quite a bit. We've got 230k defense with 60% chance to dodge and guard. It's literally, the defense is not enough. This is where God Q, I think, even with dupes, yeah, the extra stacking would definitely help, and the extra stats from the dupes would help. This is where God Q, with him only stacking 20%, and him not stacking up that fast, or maybe like having an extra additional, but just in general not stacking up that quickly, and only by 20%. His defense is nowhere near good enough nowadays. This is where the dodge chance comes in, the guard comes in, and helps him out quite a lot. That said, no way in any shape or form am I saying that makes him bad. It just, with how much damage the likes of Zamasu's doing with 700k on normals and like 1.6, 1.8 on a super, the defense or him taking a bit of damage is definitely going to show. So if we die here, I wouldn't be surprised unless Goku decides to dodge everything. 60k on a basic, do you know what? Considering he has just over 200k defense, but guard, I'll take that. Like, I know I was a bit like, when I saw Easy A Go Bros take 90, 80, 90k, but that's because they don't have any guard and their defense is just way more, and all they have to rely on is just defense, right? But Goku only has just over 200k defense right now. He could have a bit more if he got to super attack as much as he did have last time. So, I mean, maybe he would take 40k instead. Which, for a guy with that much defense, which, as I said, is nowhere near good enough. Like, you need over 1 mil to comfortably tank here on a basic. Actually, no, on a basic here, you would need, for a normal, you would need 700k plus. You would need over 700k. For someone who is nowhere near that right now and is relying on the dodge chance and the guard, 60k is not bad. But that's where the guard comes in and helps him out a lot. Like a lot, because he doesn't have that much time to stack here. Like, at all. Considering how extremely short all of the content is nowadays. So considering the event is kind of against him, like, he's great for the first phase. Like, great. He's really good to kind of counter Zamasu. But the whole event in general, with it being extremely short and extremely hard hitting, it's against him. His main thing is stacking, but of course he has those amazing defensive capabilities that help him out a lot. So 60k on a basic for someone who's doing 700k on a normal alone, I don't think that's too bad, especially at 55%, and especially because at that point Goku's only super attacked 4 times, which means Goku's only stacked 4 times, and only by 20%. That's not bad. From a super attack, he probably dies with no item. He probably dies. Actually, does he? Yeah, no, he probably dies. But the good thing is, and the beauty of it is, he can actually just dodge a Fusion Zamasu super attack. He can go from probably getting 1 shot to dodging it and take absolutely nothing. So if he was to get supered, there's still a chance. If you manage to squeeze an item in for this, like up to this point, I mean, maybe he survives with an item active and his guard active if you can get the 6 key spheres. Actually, I think he would. 40% damage reduction and guard. I think he survives the super. He might still take like a few 100k, but I think he survives. But that's if you have a Whis going into this phase, or if you have an item going into this phase. But I can't lie, he's actually done really well. Like, yeah, there's a risk he could probably get one-shotted by a super attack if he doesn't dodge it, but then quite a lot of units in the game can take some serious damage, if not be one-shotted by this Zamasu, just because he does so much. And realistically, how often are you going to have max HP to potentially like try and survive it or give yourself the best possible scenario of surviving it? It's a shame we don't get to see another turn against Fusion Zamasu with Goku. But I can't lie, he's done really well. He's done really, really well. Really, 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 really well. Considering he's only 55% as well, really impressed. But you can let me your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care, have a good rest of your day. And peace.